Welcome to your Strength and Power unit for your athletic development program for the advanced athlete. So you've been doing this for a considerable amount of time. We're on to the last phase of this. Bear in mind, all this is to supplement your sport. Your focus now is really on your games and your training, but this stuff can help and support that also. So the game and training obviously gives you a lot, but some of this stuff can help you support you from an injury prevention point of view and performance point of view. Okay, so let's talk through the first 5 exercises that we have today. The first one is a high box step up. So high box step up, and we want to load this up as well. Yeah, so come in running. So when I say a high box step up, what I mean by that is, so the box is relatively high compared to your hip, if you like. When the foot's on it, the knee is slightly higher than the hip here. So a low box will be a lot lower. And this one, now this is great if used properly. If used improperly, it's almost better to have a low box step up. So when you step onto it, what you really want to do is shift all your weight onto that left side and then drive yourself up. Too often, some of the mistakes here is that you push off the back foot, so it actually becomes a bit of a calf raise to get up onto the box. Try and shift your body weight slightly onto that left or right side and push yourself up. Control it on the way down, of course, that's really important. Now you've got loaded, so it's going to be difficult. Requires a lot of strength to lower yourself back down. Pick a weight where you're comfortable getting some force through the body, but also controlling that force as well. If you're just getting up on the box and then falling off it too much, then the weight can actually be counterproductive here. We want both. We want a good concentric motion here and a good eccentric motion also. So stepping onto the box, pushing off the heel of the foot. Important here as well, sometimes you have a half foot on the box and you don't allow the heel to be on contact. So the heel isn't pushing down through making force to the floor. And that's really important, I think, as we move forward. So 4 reps on each side and control on the way back. Perfect. Again, if you don't have reps, weight, so I think you're an advanced athlete here. I think most of you have access to weight. If you don't, try high box step up and do the same exercise, but just generating the force really slowly on the way down. Obviously, you want to drive up fast, but then control it on the way down. The next exercise is our reverse lunge. The reason why I chose reverse lunge is because I don't want too much momentum now that we've got weight moving forward. That can really affect the mechanics of the movement and particularly the mobility, the range that you get into. So yes, there is momentum involved because you're stepping back, but there isn't much as a forward lunge, for instance, let's say. So stepping back, make sure your hips are nice and wide. So when you step back, there isn't too much of a stability demand. So you're staying in good levels of support here. So stepping back, dropping the back knee to the floor. So I was a little bit fast on that one. So he's very confident doing the exercises, just a little bit fast. So momentum kind of got the better of you and the knee hits the floor. We want to control that motion. That was a great example to show here. We want to control that motion. So it's perfect now. Stepping back, controlling the motion to the floor, and then coming out of it. You don't really want to let gravity, mass momentum be the driver here. You want to control all that stuff that's going on. Stay looking forward when you do this, keeping your head up. That affects the posture up the chain as well. 4 repetitions again on each side. Then we're going to use a barbell today. You can use dumbbells if you don't have weight, or if you have kettlebells even, for instance, whatever. The stimulus here isn't too important, it's just the way we're going to show it here in terms of a barbell. So we come around, so just be safe when you're using equipment that's loaded. Obviously injuries don't happen too much in the gym, but when they do happen, they can be quite serious. So it's an RDL, but a split stance RDL. So that means one foot in front of the other, one's behind the other one, and then you're loading up that left side. The back foot can either be toe touching or can be flat on the floor, as long as it's supporting the front foot. I don't really mind too much on that one. And then you're doing the same principle for the RDL. The front knee is slightly bent, and you see the way the barbell, if you can see from the side, is following the line of the body. So thanks for running. So the actual bar pad is quite close to the body, so it isn't too far out in center, out in front. So if it is too far out in front, if it does come out in front, the problem here is you get lower back pain, you get lower back issues, and that's a vicious circle you don't really want to be in. So keep the bar into your body, into your line, and then come all the way down. The range here is a little bit dependent on the hamstring strength and the hamstring range you have. So you're trying to get to about mid-shin would be good, or to the point where the back starts to round. If it rounds too much, if it goes at the spine, at the lower lumbar spine, then you're probably gone too far, and you're getting range, but the mechanics of how you got that range aren't supporting your development. Okay, so again, safely put this back. We're in a nice big gym here, we can move around, but if you don't have the the space, you just have to be very careful putting stuff back, taking stuff off. If you start picking stuff off with bad technique, that's obviously can make things problematic for you. Okay, then we go on to a bit of an upper body challenge then, so it's a combination of upper body and lower body, right? So, sorry, push and pull, right? So we got a pull and a push. So pull up and press up. Now, the rep range here is 20 reps. So how many reps you get on the first exercise will kind of directly relate to the second exercise. So as many pull-ups as you can, so you might do 5, and then whatever's remaining for your 20 reps, you do that on the push-ups. So Rowan told me he can do 20, or 5 he said actually. So let's go and do 5. So good full range, no half, no 50% off pull-ups here. So full range, and then the full range on the press-ups, all the way to the floor, all the way down. Now I've done a few bits with you before where we manipulate our hand positions. We put hands out in front, we put them wider, we put them higher, we put them internally rotating and everything like that. I'm happy for you to do this with the upper body. So he's doing these 15 reps here with the upper body, and for the sport that you guys play, it's important that you're strong in a lot of ranges. So just getting strong, we'll say for a bench press, yes, builds capacity around the chest and the shoulder and all that, but it can leave you weak in outer ranges. So here's an opportunity to practice getting stronger in different positions for the hand. So if we talked about that before, just to re-emphasize, this is a normal, say, hand press-up position. If you want to go in front for one, in front for another, wider, narrower, internally rotate one hand, internally rotate the other, or externally rotate, or whatever what you want to do, will change the structure in the back, in the spine, in the chest, to challenge yourself to be good in those positions. Because if you're going to feel the ball up here, your pec is going to have be strong in that range if you're going to receive a ball up here, because the pec is connected to the humerus, to the shoulder, so you have to have good strength in the pec. So if you're just getting strong here, when you go out of this range, you may not be as strong as you possibly can. So here's a chance to practice those strengthening ranges. Very good, enough chat from me. Next one, we're going to our hurdle jumps. So, okay, this is a kettlebell, of course, not a hurdle, but the reason why we're showing you this today is that you can use anything at home. Not a lot of people have hurdles at their disposal, so you can use something that's, some people have kettlebells, some people just have a weight, you can just have a box, something that's stable and that if you hit it doesn't roll. So something that rolls like a foam roller on the side will be dangerous because it might roll with you and catch you on the landing. So something that's static, but again, just use your imagination to jump over it. 3 ways to do this exercise, or 3 ways I want you to do this exercise. So in the first one, we're going to jump over, so it's generating vertical force. You're going to jump over and then land in front of the kettlebell or hurdle, whatever it might be, and then you're jumping as far forward as you possibly can. Yeah, that's the first one. So you go from a vertical jump, into a broad jump, basically. And then the next one, I'll just move it a little bit here. So on the next one, you go forward and lateral. So we go left this time, right? Jumping over it again and left. Good. And jumping over and go right. And then I just want to talk to you about a few things that may happen that you got to look out for. So with the lateral jumps is when you land over onto this one, we're actually biasing the right leg or the left leg. So we're biasing the right leg if we go this way. You're going to jump as far lateral as you can. Or we're loading on a bilateral exercise, we're actually unilaterally loading one side more than the other. And at the same time, we're doing a jump on the other side, sorry. But it's important here that when you're loading up, so you're going to go low down with your hands, which is good because that lowers the lower limb as well. But when you come out of it, I want to see full extension in the hips. So sometimes I see in the gym, they load down, they jump, they stay almost in. They're still able to generate the force, but they stay in flexion. I want you to extend that. That obviously requires your glutes to be active as you go through the motion. So that's the first one. Get over it high, land well, jump left and right or jump forward. They're your exercises. That's your plyo and power stuff, and you can see we've reduced the exercise here to try and supplement what you're back to. So you're back to your games and training now, so this thing is all supplementary. So we have the rep range put up, so the rep range is quite low on this, 4 to 6 reps, just changes on the upper body stuff. The sets, I've put down 2 to 3, or even sometimes 4 if you can do it. So depending on your training and games, add in and adjust your volume, what's suitable. And these exercises here to supplement your game. So I hope you're still enjoying it. I hope you're staying with us. We have one more block after this, and I'll see you again soon.